Long ago, there was a small boarding school in the countryside. Children lived with their teacher. They woke up early, tended the garden, carried firewood, cleaned the classrooms, and learned their lessons. Life was simple, but full of learning. Among the children was a boy named Eli. Eli was cheerful and kind, but he struggled with studies. Reading letters, understanding words, and remembering lessons felt impossible for him. No matter how hard he tried, nothing seemed to stick. The teacher noticed Eli's struggle and tried to help. "Eli, try this way," he would say, patiently, showing the letters slowly. But Eli still got confused. Sometimes he would sigh in frustration and hide his face in his hands. Other children noticed and started teasing him. "You're so slow," they laughed. "You'll never learn anything." Eli felt ashamed. Every word felt like a stone on his chest. Some days he wanted to hide and never show his face again. Months passed. Eli watched as his friends moved on to the next class while he stayed behind. His heart felt heavy, and he wondered if he would ever be able to learn. One evening, the teacher called Eli aside. "Eli," he said gently, "I have tried everything I can. Perhaps learning is not your strength. Maybe it's time to go home." Eli's heart sank. Maybe he's right, he thought. Slowly, with a heavy step, he left the school and walked toward his village, feeling defeated. Tears pricked his eyes. On the way, he stopped by the village well. He noticed deep marks on the stones around it. Curious, he asked an elderly woman nearby, "How did these marks appear on such hard stones? Did someone carve them?" The woman smiled kindly. "No, Eli. Look at this thin rope," she said, pointing to a rope used to draw water from the well. Every day, it rubbed against the stone. Slowly, over time, it made these deep marks. The stone didn't give up, and neither did the rope. Eli stared at the rope and the stone. A spark of hope lit up inside him. If a soft rope can leave marks on hard stone through constant effort, maybe I can also learn if I try every day, he thought. That night, Eli couldn't sleep. He made a decision. He would not give up. He would return to school and keep trying, no matter how long it took. The next morning, Eli returned to the school. He woke up earlier than anyone else, sat with the teacher, and studied with all his heart. Sometimes he made mistakes. Sometimes he forgot the letters. But he asked, practiced, and tried again. Days turned into weeks. Every morning, Eli carried firewood, tended the garden, and then sat by the teacher for lessons. He asked questions, wrote carefully, and repeated lessons over and over. Slowly, small pieces started to make sense. He could read a word, then a sentence, then a short story. His classmates watched in surprise. The boy who was once slow and clumsy was now persistent and focused. Some of them tried to help him, and others began to admire his determination. Months passed, then years. Eli's hard work began to show results. He could read and write well, remember lessons, and solve difficult problems. The boy who was once laughed at became confident and respected. Eventually, Eli grew into a wise and knowledgeable young man. He wrote important books and shared his learning with others. People came from far and wide to read his work and seek his guidance. Eli never forgot the lesson of the rope and the stone. It taught him that consistent effort, patience, and determination can overcome even